Hey everyone, and welcome to today's vlog. I am not sure which... Perfect timing that the garbage truck decides to come in the background as soon as I start recording. But anyway, today is going to be a super fun day. I'm actually really excited about what I'm gonna be doing today in just a couple minutes when Nathan comes into the office, and then we're gonna set up a podcast. It's gonna be the very first podcast I've ever recorded, or at least attempted to record for myself. I've done podcasts for other people before, but I've been talking about doing this for quite a while. Still deciding on the name of the podcast. It's probably going to be something like the Brown Fox podcast or something along those lines, but it'll be primarily for my business. My wife is just cheering me on in the background, and she's really excited about the fact that I'm recording a podcast. Isn't that right? Yeah, it's going to be a business podcast that will allow me to finally share a lot of the things that are on my mind and the things that I am really passionate about discussing, and why, for example, we even do things like video for businesses. It's not going to be exclusively about video production. I actually really want to get guests on, especially around Brisbane, local business owners and high performers, those kinds of things, to be able to share their own story and to have their own platform. Have it as a platform to be able to share those stories and be able to do it in a really well produced podcast. So the idea is to be able to use the skills that we have as video producers and actually create a very high quality podcast. But hey, we're not going to claim to be experts. Like I said, we've only done a couple, and this is the first time we're going to do it for ourselves. But I'm going to show you guys a little bit of how we set it up. And when Nathan comes in, he'll say a couple things about it as well. So we'll take you guys along and enjoy the rest of the video. So before I get too far into the setup, what I really wanted to say was part of the reason that I'm personally really excited as well from a technical standpoint of doing this podcast is because currently I'm running the Sony a6500 and the Sony a6300 cameras as my main cameras really for all my video production. And to date, it's been really hard for me to do long form video because they have an inbuilt 30-minute recording limit. But yesterday I managed to hack that. No, it's not really a hack. I mean, it kind of is, but finally decided to give it a shot, go on YouTube and figure out how to disable that, and I managed to do it. So now we don't have a recording limit and we can talk for as long as we want. So we'll see if it actually goes past 30 minutes. But I thought that was really interesting. Anyway, I'll show you guys what things look like when Nathan finally gets here. So what do you think of us doing a podcast?
Great idea.
Yeah?
I will like to watch it and hear it and listen to it.
I'm excited for you. Oh, awesome. All right, I gotta go put my shirt in the wash so I actually have something to wear. I mean, it's not the wash, it's the dryer. Yo!
What's up?
Not much. Are you ready to do a podcast?
Bro, I'm always ready to do a podcast.
Born ready.
Podcasting my chinos.
How you doing?
Yeah, no, pretty good.
That's
Very
good,
well.
man. Let's do this.
Absolutely.
Hopefully it wasn't just once. Hopefully it's slapping around. I said hopefully it wasn't just once. Hopefully it sticks around. What do you reckon? You think we can go and play just here? Are you ready to record a podcast?
Oh, you know what? I'm pumped. Got the brain going.
Oh yeah, got the coffee.
Got the coffee.
Oh yeah.
The brain juice.
We're basically Matt Diavella. You haven't watched yet, so you probably have to.
I'm bad with names, so I may well.
The ground up show, because we have coffee. Ground up, anyway. So this camera is going to go there. Have our soft light source.
No, I have actually.
There you go.
I haven't seen his podcast, but I've seen his other stuff.
He's good.
He is pretty good.
I watched him before. It was cool. That's my claim to fame. When he had 10,000 subscribers.
Damn.
Anyway, and so that's going to be our interviewer. Oh, well.
Oh.
He looks at the camera. And over there is our B cam, or the one that's on me. Got our notes, got the coffees, got our recorder, our Zoom H5. we're ready to go.
Yeah, boy.
Any last words of wisdom?
Hey, let's just do it, eh?
Sounds good. So, just finished recording our very first podcast, and I think it went quite swimmingly.
Swimming.
You know what I mean? Like, obviously, being employed in a capacity to do it is great. But if you understand, like, you have a vision that's greater than where you are at the moment, there's always something in you that wants to try and push the boundary.
Yeah, for sure.
So for me, it was like trying to figure out how to make it bigger than where I was at, even though I loved doing what I was doing.
Yeah.
Like thinking about how I could even potentially make it a business. Nathan did such a good job of interviewing.
Shucks.
I'm all talked out because I think I probably overshared a little bit.
It's a podcast.
It's a podcast.
It's all about the sharing.
What did you learn from this first one? I'm actually really interested.
I just learnt, I guess, the value of having time set aside where you can really, I guess, flesh things out and flesh out ideas and flesh out that, like just being in that environment and being in the flow of just talking things over. But I think more specifically, learning about I guess your story and how you went and started the business.
Yeah,
it's really I guess
that was cool to bring out.
Yeah, it was bring out like what that position looked like when you went from how you were working in I guess the corporate sense of when you left uni and then went into that career and then kind of you went out of that, and it's like what does that position look like and how I guess like what your thoughts were like moving into something greater. I think that was like it was really.
It did get a bit deep, yeah. We did talk about a bit more of my story and stuff, and I think
I just spoiled the whole podcast. Oh, dude.
No, you didn't spoil anything. I will share it on the Brown Fox Media House YouTube, and then we'll go from there. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks, Nathan.
No worries.
Such a good job. Yeah. And our camera survived, so the 30-minute recording hack worked. And we know now that an hour is about the max we can do before my cameras die. So, well, we tiptoed that one, but that was awesome. Keen for the next one.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And what I learned from the podcast is that it's fun.
So fun.
It's fun, but I've also learned how important it is to come with a plan. So thankfully Nathan had questions, and thankfully we had a topic to kind of go off for the first one. But if this is going to work, we like long term, we actually have to have a bit of a plan in terms of the kind of topics that we're going to discuss. Otherwise we just start rambling and do nothing. So, and plus so learning that the setup took about, I don't know, it took us 30-45 minutes to get this to a point we were happy. I might try to do it better next time, but I like this. It's cozy.
I guess you can kind of have a formula and I guess play around as we go. It's like what would be better? Like I don't know, maybe if we set something up where it's like we have this below, or I think the cameras are probably the biggest thing.
The cameras were tough because we couldn't see them.
Yeah,
I didn't set up a monitor, so I couldn't actually see what I was recording. So I just kind of hoping it works out.
But I think as time goes on, we'll be much more efficient in getting it set up and whatnot.
I'm super excited, and excited to keep sharing this journey of making this video production business happen. If you enjoyed any of this content, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure that you do the same for Nathan's channel, which will be down here in the description and up there in the link or something, however it works. And I hope you all have a fantastic day, ladies and gentlemen, and I will see you guys and girls on the next one. Bye.